Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sweeney. I've been a player or coach for most of my life, and I understand the need to keep our kids motivated and safe. As a parent and coach, I also understand the need to make sure our children are protected. That's why insurance is as an important part of the game as a good coach is. I've known my fellow coach, Wayne Dietz, for 10 years. I've seen him motivate and inspire players both on and off the floor. I've also seen him make sure that our children are safe by making sure that the teams are properly insured. As a coach, we don't often think about insurance, and when you work with Wayne and his team at D&H Risk Solutions, you won't have to. They take care of everything with honesty and integrity so that you can focus on what you do best, coaching your team to victory.
Discover the treasure that's in your own backyard at Crystal Springs Resort. It's the perfect way to escape your daily routine with luxury spas, award-winning golf, fabulous dining, mineral sports club, and so much more. Even treat yourself to an overnight stay for that special occasion. Great recreation and world-class amenities. It's all right here in beautiful Sussex County at Crystal Springs Resort.
The Vernon Independent Retailers Association reminds you that when you shop locally, you're helping to build our community by supporting local employment and keeping tax dollars in our own community. Support the Vernon Independent Retailers who support you. Brought to you by Brookside Florist, the Coffee Center of Vernon, Dollar Plus, Healthy Times Market, H&H Auto Parts, Lakeland Pool and Spa, McAfee Hardware, McAfee Ski and Snowboard, Outcast Sports, Valley Paint and Hardware. Come in, we're local.
Good evening and welcome to Vernon Vibes. I can't help but be really excited about this issue of Vernon Vibes because one of the most exciting things that has happened, or is going to happen, if you will, during my administration will occur this week in Vernon. But we'll talk more about it in a second. I want to get back to where I like to normally start my program, and that is to talk to you about some of the things that are happening in Vernon and things that are coming up. And so the first thing I'd like to do is to remind you all that on Saturday, July 6th, the Vernon and Highland Lakes Fire Company will be sponsoring for the 18th year in a row Vernon's firework display. As many of you know, it's held at the Lonsbury Hollow School, and I would like to encourage everyone to come out and support our fire companies. They lay out a lot of money in order to put on this display for your benefit. The cost of admission is $15 for a carload of people. That's a small amount of money to pay to, in fact, enjoy some of the best fireworks anywhere in Northwest New Jersey. Now, I know from previous years that there are some of you out there who take pleasure in sitting outside and watching them for free, setting up your chairs in places and not bothering to support the fire company, and there's certainly nothing that the fire companies or the township can do about that. That's part of America. But I'd like to appeal to your community spirit and to your sense of fairness, because it's important for the two fire companies that I've mentioned that you actually attend and pay the admission. It's not that much. They depend on this as their major fundraiser for the year. And I can tell you that it's very disappointing to them to put in the kind of effort that they do and to give our community the kind of firework display that they do and have those amongst us not pay their fair share. It's just not right. So as your mayor, I'd like to encourage you to go out on the 6th, support the fire companies, enjoy the fireworks, enjoy the food, enjoy the community spirit that always happens when Vernon people get together. And let's make this a big success this year. The fire companies need your help. They need your support. And I'll look forward to seeing you there on the 6th. Please join us. In addition, on July 13th, which is a Saturday, at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, at the Vernon Firehouse, we will be taking, I shouldn't say taking possession, we will be celebrating the arrival of and the use of the two state-of-the-art fire apparatus that have been provided to the Vernon Township Fire Company this year. In fact, their wet down will occur starting at 3 o'clock on Saturday the 13th, and they will be in fact christening the brand new fire engine and the brand new fire rescue truck that are now part of their ability to respond to our emergency needs in Vernon Township. The equipment's beautiful. It's the fire company's way of saying thank you to the community. And so this is an invitation from the Vernon Fire Department to the community to join them on July 13th at 3 p.m. at their firehouse on Route 515 to celebrate the acceptance of and the putting into service of their two brand new apparatus. I'd like to encourage everyone to come out, see the equipment, and in fact have an opportunity to thank our firefighters for the job that they do. They will be joined there by fire companies from all over northwestern New Jersey to help them in fact celebrate this very momentous time. So I'll look forward to seeing you on the 13th as well as on the 6th. And this is the time of year when there's lots of activity going on in Vernon. These are two of the major ones that I'd like to encourage everyone to take part in. I'll be back in just a minute.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Discover the treasure that's in your own backyard at Crystal Springs Resort. It's the perfect way to escape your daily routine with luxury spas, award-winning golf, fabulous dining, mineral sports club, and so much more. Even treat yourself to an overnight stay for that special occasion. Great recreation and world-class amenities. It's all right here in beautiful Sussex County at Crystal Springs Resort.
The Vernon Independent Retailers Association reminds you that when you shop locally, you're helping to build our community by supporting local employment and keeping tax dollars in our own community. Support the Vernon Independent Retailers who support you. Brought to you by Brookside Florist, the Coffee Center of Vernon, Dollar Plus, Healthy Times Market, H&H Auto Parts, Lakeland Pool and Spa, McAfee Hardware, McAfee Ski and Snowboard, Outcast Sports, Valley Paint and Hardware. Come in, we're local.
Welcome back. A couple of things that have happened that I think you'd all like to know about. And one very important improvement to the quality of life in Vernon Township took place since our last gathering. The Verizon company has in fact turned on its cell tower in the Glenwood section of town. And for those of you who have given up on ever trying to call home from the high school or to reach your child there, or for that matter, to talk with people who live in the Glenwood area on your cell phones, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised to find out that the cell phone service in the Glenwood area, and particularly on the property of the high school, now is as good a quality as anywhere else, if not better, than in Vernon Township. The Verizon company, the landowners, and the Vernon Land Use Board, who saw the value in improving our ability to communicate by cell phone in that part of town, and approved the applications and, of course, the construction, are to be recognized and I think called out for helping to improve the quality of life in Vernon Township. For those of you who haven't experienced it yet, I just want to encourage everyone to be aware that that cell tower is now operational and the communication systems in our community will indeed improve. Actually, I've had some conversation on my Facebook page with some of our residents who have been pleasantly surprised. I'd like now to make everyone aware that that service is available, and it's something that's been worked on for quite some time. It's always nice to see the project come to fruition. And speaking of projects, at my last Vernon Vibes, I announced to you and to the community and the senior citizens that, in fact, this week's Land Use Board would be dealing with an application from the 456 Theta Corporation for senior housing. That has been changed, and I want to be very clear as to the reasons. In fact, the hearing for the senior housing in Vernon has been moved to July 10th at the request of the applicants, and they had a very good reason for doing it. After our last Vernon Vibes session, the principals of Theta 456 reviewed the number of people who have in fact expressed an interest in affordable senior housing in the town center. And they went back to their architects and their engineers. They went back and looked at the zoning ordinances, and I'm happy to announce that their application, which initially we thought would be for 33 affordable senior housing units, will in fact be for 55 affordable senior housing units. The architecture of the building is still as beautiful as it was before. It will look something like this, and on July the 10th at 7 o'clock, the hearing for this building will in fact go forward. I apologize for the delay, but I think it's to the benefit of the community, and I certainly want to compliment the principals of the Theta 456 Association for understanding the need and addressing it. So it's July 10th, 7 o'clock. The Land Use Board meeting will hear the application for Vernon Township's senior housing, senior affordable housing. I'll be back in just a minute.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Discover the treasure that's in your own backyard at Crystal Springs Resort. It's the perfect way to escape your daily routine with luxury spas, award-winning golf, fabulous dining, mineral sports club, and so much more. Even treat yourself to an overnight stay for that special occasion. Great recreation and world-class amenities. It's all right here in beautiful Sussex County at Crystal Springs Resort.
The Vernon Independent Retailers Association reminds you that when you shop locally, you're helping to build our community by supporting local employment and keeping tax dollars in our own community. Support the Vernon Independent Retailers who support you. Brought to you by Brookside Florist, the Coffee Center of Vernon, Dollar Plus, Healthy Times Market, H&H Auto Parts, Lakeland Pool and Spa, McAfee Hardware, McAfee Ski and Snowboard, Outcast Sports, Valley Paint and Hardware. Come in, we're local.
Welcome back. At the most recent Town Council meeting, which in fact was held Monday evening, June 24th, a proclamation was in fact voted upon and put forth by the Town Council and this mayor. And that proclamation dealt with declaring the week of June 30th as Independent Retailers Week in Vernon Township. We have in Vernon Township a group called the Vernon Independent Retailers Association, made up of many of the small businesses that are locally owned and operated and are independent of any of the large chains or box stores. And these people are part of the National American Independent Business Alliance. The first week in July, nationally, has been declared Independence Week, and we in Vernon Township embrace that, and we encourage you as residents to visit your local businesses. Visit those people, because when you shop locally, you build your community. The services and the goods that are available locally might very well surprise you, but I would simply encourage you to, in fact, support your local business. Those of you who have seen my Vernon Vibes in the past know that for a long time I had a banner behind me that said shop locally. I still feel that way. The only way that we will continue to grow and continue to strengthen Vernon Township's commerce is for all of us to support our local businesses. And so the coming week has been declared Independence Week in Vernon. Go on out and support them. I know they'll appreciate it. I know you'll like the service. I know that you will appreciate the welcome, and you might even find some really good sales during Independent Week. So please support your local businesses. It's good for all of us. In addition, last evening at the Vernon Town Council meeting, I reported to the council something that I think you all should know. Yesterday morning, I received a bill here from County Clerk Jeff Parrott. The bill was for the most recent primary election that was held. When I saw it, when it was brought to me by our municipal clerk and I looked at it, I was shocked to find that that bill was increased by 20% over last year's primary and the year before. And so I asked our municipal clerk to, in fact, communicate with the clerk's office to determine whether or not there was a new contract or had the county clerk changed contractors. 20% increase is significant, and I wanted to know why. As it turned out, the response that we were given was no, there was no new contract, and no, there was no new price increase from the contractor. It was the same price as always, but the clerk had decided to order more sample ballots and to order more mail-in ballots than he ever had before. I'm not really sure why he did that, but nonetheless, it's another cost on the Vernon taxpayers that were unnecessary. I do have a request into his office to, in fact, justify to us why he made that decision. I think you need to know about it, because when someone portrays themselves as being a fiscal conservative, as Mr. Parrott did when he ran for office, with my support, by the way, and then comes into office and behaves the way that he has, I have to question whether he really is what he purports to be. You need to know, and I'm going to keep you posted as things evolve between the county clerk's office and Vernon Township. In addition, last evening's meeting dealt with a myriad of issues. There was an application before the town council for consent to have a helicopter rides operate out of the Mountain Creek resort area. The council decided that that was not something that they wanted to approve at this time, and therefore it was voted down. In addition, there were actually 3 grants which were brought before the council, 2 of which we have received and I've reported to you in the past, one being the 2012 FEMA grant, which was in the amount of $342,000 for radio improvements in the fire safety area. The other being a $30,642 grant from the New Jersey Department of Forestry, DEP, for, in fact, replacing some of the plant life lost. The third one was an application authorizing the drive sober or get pulled over. And I want to bring that to your attention because we all need to know, and you all need to know, that Vernon Township police officers will indeed be working hard to deal with this issue. And so, please, don't take a chance. Don't drive drunk. If you need to, call a cab or have someone else take you home. It's a very expensive ticket, and our police officers will be writing them. I'll be back in just a minute.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Discover the treasure that's in your own backyard at Crystal Springs Resort. It's the perfect way to escape your daily routine with luxury spas, award-winning golf, fabulous dining, mineral sports club, and so much more. Even treat yourself to an overnight stay for that special occasion. Great recreation and world-class amenities. It's all right here in beautiful Sussex County at Crystal Springs Resort.
The Vernon Independent Retailers Association reminds you that when you shop locally, you're helping to build our community by supporting local employment and keeping tax dollars in our own community. Support the Vernon Independent Retailers who support you. Brought to you by Brookside Florist, the Copy Center of Vernon, Dollar Plus, Healthy Times Market, H&H Auto Parts, Lakeland Pool and Spa, McAfee Hardware, McAfee Ski and Snowboard, Outcast Sports, Valley Paint and Hardware. Come in, we're local.
Welcome back. There was some other activity at last night's meeting, one of which was a resolution authorizing the release of the performance bond for the urgent care facility at Mountain Creek Resort, which leads me to announce to you that beginning tomorrow, as you well know, I usually tape this program the morning after a council meeting, but beginning tomorrow, Wednesday, July the 26th, the Vernon Urgent Care Facility will be functioning out of the new building across from the South Lodge at Mountain Creek. If you people have not seen that building yet, I would recommend that you go and take a look at it. It's a beautiful addition to Vernon Township's streetscape, and it is the absolute state-of-the-art medical facility available not only to the people who attend the resort, but also to the residents of Vernon. That area, I believe in the future, will in fact become a hub for medical services in Vernon Township. It's where the emergency helicopter is tethered at the present time, and part of the plans call for a permanent emergency helicopter ambulance 24/7 to be there in a permanent facility. You'll see that happening in the future. We have the benefit of that helicopter at the present time, all of which are made available to Vernon Township by the Atlantic Health System, which are the owners of Morristown Memorial Hospital, Summit, the hospital in Summit Overlook, as well as Newton Medical Center. So we're fortunate to have state-of-the-art medical facilities available. The new Vernon Urgent Care will open its doors tomorrow morning. Actually, by the time you see this on TV, it will have happened Wednesday, the 26th. And so I wanted to call that to your attention. Patients who have been visiting the Urgent Care Center at 212 Route 94, keep traveling down the highway just a little bit farther and you'll see the most beautiful facility, one of the most beautiful facilities that I've seen around in a long time. In addition, the township accepted the performance bond of the Aqua New Jersey company, and that bond is for road repairs to be done in the Cedar Ridge Drive and Woodland Drive area of Vernon Township. And I'm calling it out so that people that live in that area know that the Aqua New Jersey company is replacing all of the water mains in that section of town, and we fully expect that you will see a dramatic improvement in your water system, your water quality, and we also will see to it that your roads are put back in the shape that they were before the construction started. So I wanted to let the people know. Some of you are aware that construction has already begun. I just want you to know that your township is inspecting it, and they are seeing to it that all of the requirements are met and that, in fact, the roads will be returned to the quality of road that you're used to. In the section of ordinances, the township, in fact, approved on first reading an ordinance granting non-exclusive permission to co-locate telecommunication equipment and facilities within the public rights-of-way in Vernon Township. That will lead to more fiber optic telecommunications being made available in Vernon Township, and we will be talking more about it in the future when we come to the second reading. I'll be back in just a minute.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Discover the treasure that's in your own backyard at Crystal Springs Resort. It's the perfect way to escape your daily routine with luxury spas, award-winning golf, fabulous dining, mineral sports club, and so much more. Even treat yourself to an overnight stay for that special occasion. Great recreation and world-class amenities. It's all right here in beautiful Sussex County at Crystal Springs Resort.
The Vernon Independent Retailers Association reminds you that when you shop locally, you're helping to build our community by supporting local employment and keeping tax dollars in our own community. Support the Vernon Independent Retailers who support you. Brought to you by Brookside Florist, the Coffee Center of Vernon, Dollar Plus, Healthy Times Market, H&H Auto Parts, Lakeland Pool and Spa, McAfee Hardware, McAfee Ski and Snowboard, Outcast Sports, Valley Paint and Hardware. Come in, we're local.
I mentioned at the top of the show that one of the most exciting things to happen in Vernon Township is going to happen this week. And by now, hopefully all of you know that on Friday morning, the 28th of June, at 11 a.m. at the Vernon Township High School, Governor Chris Christie will be holding a town hall meeting, and you are all invited. The meeting is open to the public. We have provided seating for a minimum of 1,000 people, and we're capable of providing more. We're hoping that all of you who have an interest in knowing what's going on in Trenton and what's happening in the governor's office will avail yourselves of the governor's town hall meeting. If you've been following in the paper, you know that Governor Christie has done many of these meetings around the state. As a matter of fact, during his tenure as governor, I'm told that he's held over 100 town hall meetings. This is only the second one in Sussex County. And I am honored, on behalf of the people of Sussex and the people of Vernon in particular, to welcome Governor Chris Christie to Vernon Township. Governor, we hope that you're comfortable because there is much support for the things that you are doing in Trenton, in Vernon Township. But more importantly, there's a lot of interest in what you have to share with us about your programs, about your thoughts, and about those parts of state government that affect every single one of our lives every single day. So I want to extend an invitation to all residents who are watching this program from all over northwestern New Jersey to come to Vernon Friday morning. The doors will open at 10 a.m. The governor is scheduled to start his town hall meeting at 11 a.m. and we will look forward to hosting and making you feel comfortable as you experience and enjoy Governor Chris Christie. Any of you who have ever seen him speak publicly, which I've had the opportunity to do on many occasions, even if your political philosophy is dead set opposite to Mr. Christie's, you would have to admit that the man is intelligent, he's a leader, he's a decision maker, and he is an absolutely great communicator. I have never walked away from one of his sessions not having been informed and not having been amused and not having had some thought-provoking done. So again, I want to welcome the governor and I want to invite each and every one of you to do the exact same. So hopefully you'll be with us. 11 o'clock, the governor's town hall meeting starts at the Vernon High School, which is located on Route 565 in the Glenwood section of Vernon Township. The doors will open at 10, and we expect to have a great turnout. I hope you're part of it. I'll see you then. Until next time, have a great day.
Vernon Vibes is brought to you in part by United Water, the official water company of Vernon Township. United Water, involved in the communities they serve.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sweeney. I've been a player or coach for most of my life, and I understand the need to keep our kids motivated and safe. As a parent and coach, I also understand the need to make sure our children are protected. That's why insurance is as an important part of the game as a good coach is. I've known my fellow coach, Wayne Dietz, for 10 years. I've seen him motivate and inspire players both on and off the floor. I've also seen him make sure that our children are safe by making sure that the teams are properly insured. As a coach, we don't often think about insurance, and when you work with Wayne and his team at D&H Risk Solutions, you won't have to. They take care of everything with honesty and integrity so that you can focus on what you do best, coaching your team to victory.
Discover the treasure that's in your own backyard at Crystal Springs Resort. It's the perfect way to escape your daily routine with luxury spas, award-winning golf, fabulous dining, Mineral Sports Club, and so much more. Even treat yourself to an overnight stay for that special occasion. Great recreation and world-class amenities. It's all right here in beautiful Sussex County at Crystal Springs Resort.
The Vernon Independent Retailers Association reminds you that when you shop locally, you're helping to build our community by supporting local employment and keeping tax dollars in our own community. Support the Vernon Independent Retailers who support you. Brought to you by Brookside Florist, the Coffee Center of Vernon, Dollar Plus, Healthy Times Market, H&H Auto Parts, Lakeland Pool and Spa, McAfee Hardware, McAfee Ski and Snowboard, Outcast Sports, Valley Paint and Hardware. Come in, we're local.